On Disney Plus, The Beatles 64 will be accessible for streaming beginning today and continuing through Friday, November 29th. The following gallery contains 64 photographs that were taken of the Beatles in the year 1964. There is a new documentary that will be available on Disney Plus, and it features fascinating photographs from the archive that capture amazing moments from the Beatles in 1964. Since John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr rose to the top of the charts and irrevocably altered the course of popular music, it has been 60 years since they made those changes. In 1962, they published their debut album titled Please Please Me, and went on to achieve 17 number ones in the United Kingdom, in addition to dominating the charts in the United States. The band was formed as a result of a chance encounter between John Lennon and Paul McCartney at the Woolton Village Fete in 1987. The first time that four Scouse Boys appeared on a television set in the United States was in 1964, which is now 60 years ago. At that time, 73 million people in the United States watched the event. Despite the fact that the band had just landed in New York 2 days prior to their first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, their performance ended up becoming the most viewed television event of its time, and Beatlemania swiftly spread across the United States. Despite the fact that the band had just landed in New York 2 days prior to their first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, their performance ended up becoming the most viewed television event of its time, and Beatlemania swiftly spread across the United States. The Beatles made their return to the United States in the same year, and when they arrived, they were greeted by thousands of fans who were there to watch the premiere of their film, A Hard Day's Night, in the northern region. An upcoming documentary film directed by David Tedeschi titled Beatles 64 will focus on the band's popularity in the United States during that year. Martin Scorsese, a legendary film director, is responsible for producing this documentary, which tells the story of the band's triumphant arrival in the United States. It features archive footage shot by Albert and David Maysles, clips that have never been seen before, and new interviews with fans and fellow musicians, as well as interviews with Ringo and Paul themselves. In preparation for the release of the new film on Disney Plus, we have combed through our MirrorPix archives to unearth these incredible photographs of the band from that year.